Hello, welcome to this walkthrough which will show you this booking app which has been created for HTS. We are on the login screen at this moment in time. If I click the spinner there, there's two options, there's user, there's admin. We'll go on the user side first. If I type in my name, which is Carl, if I type in my email address, just put for now test. If I put in D, then DE, and click login, it tells me to please make sure my passwords match. If I remove the E but now take out the email address and click login, please make sure all fields are filled in. If I now type in my actual email address and click login, it logs me in. I can check if any bookings I have at this moment in time. So as you can see, I already have some in here. There's 3 machines, a battery, and a warranty at the bottom there. Just tell you what these actually mean, all these fields. There is the machine for the service, so it can be either a machine, battery, or warranty. There's the name of the person that's booking it in, the telephone number, the type of machine. If it was a battery, it'd be volts, their address, when it was booked in, the email address that they've both got tests. The bottom one there has an actual email address. And then the status of the order. I can add a new booking by clicking the add button up here. So on the spinner here, it's got 3 which I can select from, so I'll keep it. If I go to battery, it shows volts. If I go back to machine, it shows machines. 2 things on this page which are important are when the user logs in, it brings over their name and their email address. So on the last page, the name is showing. I just had to search it and have to retype in my name. And on this page, it also brings over the email address, so that doesn't have to be retyped in again once it's already been typed in on the first page, the login page. I can now type in my telephone number, so I'll just type anything in there. If I pick the type of machine which I've got to bring in the problem, my address, the date, which I go there and click OK. This is also a widget, so it allows the users to select, not have to type in themselves. So I've got the booking fee at the bottom. If I click save and then search again, there'll be them 3 that were there, the machines, the battery, the warranty, and underneath that machine that we've just put in. The important thing, just to summarize this, because this is all from the user side, is when they log in, their username, their name, which is there, so they don't have to retype. They just have to search for their bookings, and then on the app page, their email address is also brought over. And if I go back, I'll show you the admin side. So we go back. On the spin, I will choose admin. The username and password are both admin for this side of the app. Log in. As you can see, there's a lot here already. So I can scroll down at the bottom here and see all of them. And before I show anything else, I'll show you how to do an ad on the admin side. So it's the little plus at the top here. I can then select what type it is, so I'll just pick a battery. I'll type in the name, so I'll type in Nick. The telephone number there. Fault if it's 3 voltage. The problem if it's not working. The address. And the date of when it's been booked in. And the email address is put test. As you can see, I've had to type in the name and email address as well as everything else. This is because on the admin side, they don't know the user's information beforehand, so they need to type everything in. I can now add that to the booking list, so I go down to the bottom. There is a battery which is being booked in under the name Nick, with the telephone number, the voltage, and the status of it. There is 3 main icons next to every booking, which there are a pencil, a letter, and a trash can. These stand for, the pencil first stands for you can edit a booking, the email you can send off an email telling the user it's complete, and the trash can you can delete a booking. So first I'll show the delete. If I pick this one here, delete, OK. It deletes the booking from the list. I can then go back down to the bottom and you can see that's been deleted, that machine one. If I edit things, if I edit this one here, it shows me all of the information from the user, not just a couple of the main points. If I think, oh, that user's missed off the second name, it's actually Carl Swinney, and then save that again. Then go back down to the bottom. That's now changed to Carl Swinney, where before it was just Carl. The user, the HTS asks for the main page just to show the basic information, and further on to show all of the information. There's also the email, which is the icon which hasn't been mentioned so far, which if that's clicked, allows a review of the information. So this would also be used if they just wanted to check information but didn't want to risk maybe changing anything. This just shows you exactly what was on the main booking page, but it shows you all of the information. If you click the little email button there, it'll bring up the email provider, but as this is an emulator, this doesn't actually have an email, so that can't be done. But if it was to be if it's on a proper phone or a proper tablet, as they all have at least Gmail installed, you can then easily send an email and it'll take over their email address into the toolbox, so you don't have to try and remember it from this page. If I go back now, I'll show you the search options. This starts on the top by clicking the magnifying glass. These are all of the searches which are available in this app. We'll start on status, which you can go on the top and you can check different ones. If I just go on received and go search, it shows all of the ones for received. If I go back and click completed, which I don't believe there are any, and click search, it says that there's no bookings for this type of status, so telling me there's none, so to try a different one. And then go back and search. If I do date, and then click there, it brings up a calendar, which again means I don't have to type it in, so the dates will be proper. If I then go OK, I can then search and brings up the ones for today. From this page, which is on all searches, you can edit, you can send the email, and you can delete. This is on all searches, not just the date one. If I go back again and go search, I can do by name. So if I type in Carl, this will bring out anything with Carl in the name, which is brought back a lot. But if I go back and just search for certain names, so if I type in Carl again, it won't bring back any of the Carl Swinneys, just the Carl. So if I then again type in Swinney, it replaces them for just the one which is Carl Swinney. If I go back, what the search is for the last time. The bottom three are all very similar, they just check different things. So just to show you, I will do the service one. The machine and battery are the exact same as this. So if I check warranty and search, it brings back that one. If I just go, no, it was a machine I'm looking for a certain order, from there I can edit it to change it from received to the next step. If I go back, the last feature to show is the camera, which can't be shown on the emulator as well, but basically it was a late feature that the user thought would be helpful, that HTS thought would be helpful. So if you click the little icon there, it brings up the camera, which can then, a picture can be taken of a tool or whatever they need it for. If I go back, so from this page, then back on the main booking page, we've shown all of the features of the admin side of the app. If I then go back to the login screen, the final thing to show is on the admin side. If I was to type in the name as just A and click login, it's the wrong credential, so I do that again and one last time, I'm now unable to actually enter the app. So if a user tried to log into the admin side and they got it wrong 3 times, they're blocked from getting into the app. If I then quickly just go back, click back on the app, I can then log back in using admin, and that allows me back into the app if I'm admin. This has been all the features of the app, of the user side and the admin side. Apologies for not being able to show the email and the camera, but the emulator doesn't allow them. It's quite temperamental. Just a quick note on the emulator. An emulator is a tool in Android Studios which basically just emulates an Android phone, and you can pick the operating system. The operating system at the moment is API 23, which I believe is called Marshmallow. And that is all, and thank you for listening.